magic in the air, wands roll around us, cast away our care. Friends in the hallways, adventures we find, spells and enchantments, trouble on our mind. That's so wizards, oh, 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 oh. Life is a spell we know. We're casting joy and glow, oh, oh. That's a wizard show.
Bottom of the ninth. Bases loaded. 2 outs. All Wizards of the Coast has to do is play it safe, and they win the year. The last thing they should probably do is, I don't know, change the terms of services on D&D Beyond to just make them more worse and draconian. Oh, wait, they did. Oh, no. And yet people are surprised. Oh, no. It's 8 o'clock on the dot, broadcasting live from Site B. It's the OGGM and Steve the Cat wishing you all a safe, happy, healthy countdown to Halloween. Hopefully you've enjoyed all the spookies as much as I have. And you're ready for the most frightening thing, and that is that Wizards of the Coast dropped the brand new D&D terms of service for D&D Beyond. And if they weren't draconian before, they're even worse. They're even worse. Because now you agree by using D&D Beyond and posting D&D Beyond that you waive all rights for any future class action or legal actions against Wizards of the Coast for saying or doing anything in regards to you. But that's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Wizards is giving you something. Wizards is giving you the permission to use Dungeons and Dragons limitedly to make stuff on their site. So yeah, I mean, if you were worried that you couldn't post stuff on D&D Beyond anymore, well, you still can. They give you permission to use the D&D rules to make D&D stuff and post it on and post it on the D&D website. Okay, well that's very nice of you, Wizards. Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to use your game to make product for you that we're going to put on your site to sell for you. And what do we get in return? Oh, we get to have to agree that at no point in time going forward will we ever pursue or be part of a class action suit against you. Any class action suit against you. And there's a lot of things that can fit inside the class action suit terms. I'm not an attorney, but I have watched a couple episodes of Daredevil, so I'm pretty sure class action suits apply to a lot of things like harassment, lying about chart prices, unsafe working spaces, I don't know, claiming that a product was on the shelf when it wasn't, just to spitball a few. And while you're dealing with the kind and benevolence of Wizards of the Coast to give you permission to use their product to make stuff on D&D Beyond, they slipped in. Well, this isn't new. We all knew this was there, right? But apparently some people didn't know this was there. Oh, you also have permission to use their website. Yeah. I mean, in case there are some people who did not know this has been and is on has for a while. The ours, everything you make is ours. Everything we make is ours. Everything you make for us is ours. That's still up. So not only do you agree to never pursue legal actions in regards to class action suit against them, but in case you didn't know, once you use the rules that they so kindly gave you permission to use to post stuff on their site, anything you post becomes theirs, right? We all knew that, right? Is there anybody who's still surprised about that? I don't even know why they needed to bother to posting it, but I guess because legal, which probably ties into the class action suit, because there's probably somebody out there saying, I didn't know I wasn't paying to all the videos that were made about people warning us not to post stuff on D&D Beyond if we ever wanted to use it again, because there it is, black and white, general terms, licensed to Wizards by posting or submitting, blah, 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 blah. You hereby irrevocably grant Wizards a worldwide, perpetual, irrevocable, royalty-free, non-exclusive, and fully sublicensed license to use, reproduce, modify, adapt, publish, translate, create, deviate, works from, distribute, perform, display such user content in any media and or incorporate the user content that are the works in form of medium sold to Scott Garrity for $1. Now, for those of you who don't speak legalese, don't have a relative who's a highfalutin attorney, or have never watched an episode of any legal drama on television, once you load anything onto D&D Beyond, it becomes theirs forever. And they can do with it whatever they want. They don't have to pay you for it. And if you try and get anything from them, they can claim the no class action suits. You signed it. It's ours. So if you write a 100-page adventure, put it up on D&D Beyond, the second you hit whatever the button is, send, print, post, it becomes theirs till the end of time. You can never do anything with it again. You can't sell it anywhere else. And you can't complain if they didn't pay you for it. And if they use it, you don't get anything from it. And if they take parts out of it and put those parts into something else, you don't get any credit for it. And you don't get any money for it. It becomes theirs. The second you post anything on D&D Beyond, it becomes theirs. That includes your characters, your campaign, the notes, any special magic items you made for your campaign, any art you made, soundtracks, live feeds. If you use D&D Beyond in any way, shape, or form, even for a second, it becomes theirs. All, to quote a meme, all your bases are Mars, right? We also have the representation thing and the monitoring thing, where they're now monitoring you to make sure you're not violating any of the terms of service, like using no words or not respecting people, to pronouns or whatever. These aren't. They're been around forever. They've been around forever. They're just reaffirming, Aaron, in case you didn't know that that's still there. And that's been up there forever. For a while they hid it. It was hidden in the terms of service. Then they made it known, but they presented it in such a way that it didn't sound that bad at first, until several attorneys went through it, and I went through it, and other people went through it and went, oh wait, no. And then it's been up there. It's not like it's a new thing. They just want to reaffirm that that anything you post, right there, yeah. Anything you post, that fan-made class, that fan-made weapon, that fan-made armor, that magic item, the soundtrack you made, those maps you put on, anything that you post, no matter how trivial, becomes theirs. Further, they get to monitor you now. That might be a new thing, might not be a new thing. So you have to represent yourself in a specific way, because you're representing Wizards of the Coast when you're doing D&D Beyond. And if you do any of this stuff, violate, defame, abuse, fail to use proper terms, anything that can be construed as racism, sexism, homophobia, ageism, discrimination, blah, 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 anything that fits in the nice homogenized new Wizards of the Coast worldview, well, they can kick you off, do all sorts of stuff. Those swords and stones. Yeah. So I don't know why people are upset about this. Again, it says intellectual property. It becomes ours. But we do, again, in case you didn't know this, in return for all that horrible stuff, which when you think about it, isn't that horrible. I mean, we'll get back to that. They give you permission to use their stuff. Oh, hello, legal aid. Yeah, okay. Oh, you still can? So if I print it on D&D Beyond and then I can still sell it on a separate product and they won't come after me for using their product? Well, that's nice to know. I don't know if that's actually 100% correct, but sure. But thanks, legal ad or aid or whoever your name is. The license doesn't grant them exclusive use of the content, doesn't it? Let's see. Non-exclusive, fully susceptible, reproduce, modify, adapt, pull, translate, create, delete, blah, 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 blah. Rights, any property rights, user content. I guess the non-exclusive is them saying, "Oh yeah, you can still print a game after we bought that game and didn't pay you for it. You can still like a." So what if legal aid? What if after I put it on D&D Beyond, 6 months later, there's a contest from a con, and I submit the adventure to D&D Beyond. Right? It's not exclusive, so I can, right? It's not like Wizards is going to come after me because they published it and used my stuff, right? And in return, I can't go after them for using my stuff. But if it's not exclusive, that means I could put it on like Giant Slayer, right? Or if by using the D&D stuff, it's still, I think, and no matter what, Wizards comes out, basically, your stuff's ours. Don't worry about it. We're stealing your content. Just so, guys. There is another more realistic rainbow at the end of this pot of poop. You don't have to use D&D Beyond to print your stuff. I don't know if you knew that. There are other ways to make product for 2024 5e, the only D&D game that exists and never has existed, and not deal with D&D Beyond. Because the 5e is still sort of kind of weird open source. I guess I'm safe to talk about intellectual properties. Definitely don't think I myself as an intellectual. You can talk about your intellectual property all you want. I could say beholder, 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 doppelganger, beholder. They can't come after me for using their words. Yeah, so the bright point in this otherwise ridiculousness is that you don't need them, right? We all know that, right? It's not like Wizards is going to wake up one morning and change, guys. So the fact that there are people who are still surprised, I don't know what to tell you. This isn't new. They've done this before. All they did was re-release the terms of service because they have to and add the whole new you can't sue them thing or be part of any class action suit against them. And again, that's a pretty big, broad thing, class action suit. Because that could be like workplace safety, sexual harassment, blah, blah, blah. You can't be part of it. You don't need them, right? You can put your stuff on other sites that are not beholden to Wizards of the Coast and make it 5e compatible because the thingy, the Creative Commons that they put out is says, sure, yeah, you can make 5e stuff. Or even better, you could just not include the little 5e ampersand and said for use with level up advanced 5e or the ORC or the E-World one. There are other 5e games out there that are 5e compatible, that are basically are 5e without dealing with Wizards of the Coast stuff. Make a few changes and you could release it for Pathfinder or Castles and Crusades or any other D20 system. And better yet, if you do that, you make more money because you don't have to share any money with D&D Beyond. It's, you know, if you self-publish it through Giant Slayer and just don't use the D&D ampersand and instead say for use with, you know, level up 5e or any of the other 5e retro clones that are out there, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. So just thought we'd bring that to you. There is another story that's circulating, which unfortunately is looking more and more like it's true. And that is the weird post that they made with Margaret Weiss, Joe Mangialia, and Tracy Hickman with the whatever it said, we're back or we're working on something, right? We all saw that and we're all like, no, please, no, stay away from Dragon. Well, apparently there's a Dragonlance something coming out. The rumor mill is saying television. Joe has basically said that they're back. They're back underneath the umbrella of Wizards of the Coast. Bygones are bygones. Let's welcome back. Let's do something with Dragonlance going forward, Joe and Margaret and Tracy. And we promise that we won't mess with it or insert any of our politics into your upcoming Dragonlance project. Because of course they won't. When has Wizards of the Coast ever done that? Now, the weird thing is, we know Margaret Weiss has said not nice things about Wizards of the Coast. And we know Joe Mangialia did a really long interview where he said not nice things about Wizards of the Coast. And I'm sure Tracy Hickman has also said some not nice things about Wizards of the Coast. So you got to wonder what it is Wizards said, did, or how much they paid them to suddenly go, yay, we forgive them. And I'm, you know, all sarcasm aside, if this is a business, right? And if kowtowing to the Wizards of the Coast gets you the money that you need, Margaret, and stuff, great. If they're going to give you free creative license to do whatever you want with Dragonlance without dealing with the Mackenzie Diom's politics of Wizards of the Coast, that would be perfect, right? That's what everybody would want. And if that means you have to eat a little crow about stuff you may not have said about Wizards of the Coast in the past, again, hey, at the end of the day, this is your job and you need to make money. And if Wizards of the Coast is offering you the best money that you think you're going to get and the best rights you're going to get, and they're going to give you creative control and merchandising control, great. We hope that whatever the future upcoming Dragonlance project is what you would want it to be and what we, the Dragonlance fans, would want it to be, right? Without any Wizards of the Coast overtones. And if we were dealing with any other company, we'd probably have a 50% chance that that would actually be what happens. But we're dealing with Wizards, the same people who released that bizarre history of Dungeons and Dragons last year and slanted the history in such a way to make, well, I'm not going to go into it because we've gone into it several times before and it's already 20 minutes into this. But yes, there is a Dragonlance thing coming at some point in time from Wizards or whatever the entertainment company that Hasbro ends up opening, or Wizards and Amazon, or Wizards and Paramount, probably Paramount. Wizards and I don't know who else owns an entertainment company that they could work with. Oh, hey, Mattel! Because Mattel and Wizards came together, shook hands, and are putting out the K-pop Demon Hunter brand while K-pop Demon Hunters is still hot. So thus the K-pop WOTC Hunter. So if you were wondering, hemming and hawing, should I get the K-pop fan in my life? K-pop Demon Hunter merch, but I don't know who's making it. Mattel and Hasbro will have some K-pop Demon Hunter product coming out. That was one of the announcements that came out of Q3 that really helped jump the stock. So yeah, K-pop Demon Hunter merch. Oh yeah, I'm excited. Hey, I can mark out and say I've watched it twice. The story's classic, action. The music is approachable enough that if you're interested in K-pop, it's probably the safest way to start getting into K-pop and understanding the music without being too overrun. It's kind of funny. The character, the individuals who play the three girls seem to be like really cool people. If you've been watching them on the various interviews and stuff. So, I got a question from Dark Winter. Maybe Legal Aid can answer this. How about before they announced it? Well, that's been there forever. I mean, it's not like it's a new thing. That's been since 4th and the OGL. So it's not like they're suddenly saying this. They're just reminding you. And they're maybe changing a few words. So it ties in with the first thing about the class action. But other than that, no, it's not new. Like if I mean, they announced that they would still be able to claim it. If you put it on today, yes. If you put it on last year, yes. If you put it on a year before, yes. If you put it on D&D Beyond, anytime D&D Beyond has been active, it became theirs. It's not new. Yes, you have to pay the subscription price still. Yeah. To use your own stuff, you have to pay them the stuff that you gave them. Yeah, I know. It hurts the brain to think about it because it's law and legalese. And as a wise person once said, if you love the law or sausage, never watch either getting made. So just, I guess the best thing we can come out of that, is that we will see a new Dragonlance something in 2026. So that's good? Question mark. But better yet, let's not forget that D&D Beyond in the new terms of service gives you permission to use D&D Beyond and use the rules in case you didn't know that you had their permission to use their rules on their site to make product for them. They want you to know, oh, hey, yeah, you can use our stuff on our site to make product for us. Thank you. I mean, I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, but you can. So this is the part where I self-grandize and go, hey, maybe instead of spending $100 on Wizards of the Coast and being disappointed, you could spend $6 on the oggm and be disappointed because I've got new product up on drive-thru. Link down below. All my products marked down. If you appreciate the content that I make every day for you guys, maybe help the oggm out. There's ways to support me. You could use the Ko-Fi. You could use my link to get yourself some Only Crits dice. You could use my link to get some stuff on D&D Beyond, and all of it helps out. But the best way you can help me out is just stay awesome, stay safe, have a great Halloween. And if you're surprised, I know gotta wrap this up, oggm. Gotta wrap this up. Come on, we all know you're gonna say it, so say it. Okay, if anybody was surprised, what I have to say is that's so soft.
Sit in the classroom, potions gone astray, flying through the quad, now brighter every day. Laugh till we cry hard, sneaking out at night, cloaks in the moonlight, everything feels right.